Hi, everybody. This is Christina from Triathlon Mommy Dastrom Run Clubs and Dastrom Coaching, and I help moms redefine what's possible for themselves, for their families, and for their communities. And today's live, I'm actually late by like a lot because I had to take my kid to the dentist, and it's been kind of a crazy morning. So, what I was going to teach you, I'm not going to teach you today because it is really cool and I don't feel like I'm on my best. And I bet you my dogs are going to start barking any moment now. And so I'm just going to shoot today from the from the hip, because I feel like there is, like last night, if you're watching this on replay, last night was election night. I know a lot of us have stayed up way past our bedtimes, and there is still no consensus. And so there's still like this level of generalized anxiety that is going around. And the class, what I teach and what I believe is that no matter, there's always going to be a crisis, right? There's always going to be either an election or a pandemic or your kids doing something. I What did I say about the dog? Am I right or am I right? Hold on a second. There will always be dogs that bark in the middle of your life. There's always going to be shit that is going to happen. But it's how we deal with those things that define who we are as people. I hope you can still hear me. And who we are as leaders of our companies, if we own our companies, leaders of our family, leaders of our children, leaders of our community. It's how we deal with moments like this that matter. And so there's this concept about emotional integration, and I teach this to my paid clients all the time because I find that it's one of the most powerful things that you can know. And I just said that I wasn't going to go through that, but I'm okay. I guess like I'm going to anyway. So this is the thing, right? Like we all have our own North Star. We all need to know who we are, where we are. And when we have that certainty, then we can handle whatever shit is thrown our way in whatever form it comes. And sometimes gracefully, sometimes not so gracefully, we can get through it. But it takes an effort. It's not like you can be all kumbaya no matter what happens. My life is perfect, doing no action. Like that also isn't realistic. It's almost like it takes work to find peace. Um, and the sooner we accept that, then the sooner we do the work, the sooner we get to the peace. So acknowledging where you are is the first step, right? Acknowledging that, okay, at this moment, I am not at my best. At this moment, I am tired. At this moment, I'm feeling stressed. Um, so that is step one. But it's also okay. I'm think I want to take this in a different direction. Okay, let's backtrack a little bit. I just noticed my language of what the language that I was using, and that's exactly what I'm going to teach you not to do. So here's a good example. When I say I am tired, I am describing the entirety of who I am because I am so tired that it's like this fog or is the lens by which I'm seeing the world. But I am telling myself and I'm telling you and I'm defining myself by a feeling of tiredness. And I'm saying is like the whole entirety of who I am is tired, right? Because I'm saying I am tired. So a practice that I do is that I close my eyes. Let's use another feeling that's not tired. Let's say fearful, okay, or I'm afraid. Um, I close my eyes and I was like, oh, so where do I feel this fear? And I notice where the fear is in my body. Sometimes it's in my chest, sometimes it's in my tummy, sometimes it's in my head. But I notice where that fear is and I feel it. And sometimes I even give that feeling a color or a texture or something that I could visualize that emotion being. And I just notice it. That's all I'm doing. Just notice. So if I am tired, where am I feeling tired? Like I feel tired right here. I feel, if I'm fearful, usually fear comes at my heart or at my belly. If I'm sad, I might feel that somewhere else, and it might have a different color or it might have a different texture. So that is you noticing your feelings. So when I say I am blah, 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 you're telling that your whole entirety of being is that. Okay. The second step that I have to do then, it's like, okay, so what if I notice who it is that's noticing? It's kind of like multiple personalities thing, but it's really cool. So if I spend some time and I notice, where am I fearful? Where am I tired? And I give it a color and I know where it is, then I remove myself, almost like if I'm like my point of perception is outside of me, and I notice who is noticing. So when I notice who is noticing, it's almost like before I am, it's like I am, like the emotion and my being is intertwined. When I start noticing it, it's not no longer who I am, but it's what I'm feeling it. So it comes a little bit apart from me. Like I can give it a texture, I can give it a color, I can describe it. So it's no longer me, it's something that I'm doing and something that I'm feeling. But now, when you get ninja about this stuff and you can remove yourself and you can think about, notice who's doing the noticing, now the emotion is no longer inside of you. It's no longer something that you're feeling, it's just something that exists. Because it's almost like you can see a picture of yourself, of you, and that emotion is separate. And you are bigger than that person and you're bigger than that emotion. So now there is fear, there is tiredness. So the levels are, like I am angry, I am tired, I am sad, to noticing it in your body and giving it that texture, that feeling, that color. That means I feel angry, I feel sad, I feel tired, to noticing who's noticing. Now it is, there is tiredness, there is fear, there is sadness. And if you're able to do that, then you'll realize that you are not one emotion. You are a million emotions. Well, I don't know if a million, but you're a ton of emotions, right? You can be like, I was driving, I was late here because I was driving my 15-year-old to the orthodontist, which is a mile and a half away, and he has his learner's permit. So he's driving. So I am protective, terrified, anxious, but also like nostalgic, all at the same time. I have all of these feelings at the same moment. So but I can have all these feelings and I'm not any one of those feelings. Those are multiple things that happen at the same time. But depending on where I am, I kind of latch onto a feeling and say, this is what I am. I'm anxious about my kid driving. But it's not. I'm all these things. I'm also proud of him. I'm like, there's so many emotions at once, but I'm just choosing to become one of those. And I internalize it, and that becomes who I am. And so, if you can do this process of removing yourself from the feeling, understanding that there's a whole world out there of feelings and that you are, you're not angry, you're feeling anger, but there is anger as one of the million things that there are. That is when you start being able to navigate whatever goes on in your world in a straight line, right? It doesn't matter what happens around you. It doesn't matter that my kid is 15 and driving. It doesn't matter who wins the election. It doesn't matter if we're going to lockdown or not, because I can understand my emotions and I can handle them. I can intersect with them. I can use them as fuel to propel me to take the actions that I need to take. So that is what being in control is. And honoring your feelings. It doesn't mean like, no, 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 no. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not anxious. No, 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 not happening. No, like you have to honor your feelings, but then you have to know how to manage them so that you can work with them. All right. So, like I said at the beginning of this class, I have a really cool lesson I wanted to teach you guys and talk to you guys about a program, but I'm going to save that for a time that I'm a little bit more prepared. Today was totally shooting off the hip because I was late. I'm tired, and but I also thought it's a good time to share from my heart and to tell you that whatever it is that you're feeling, like I said, today's the day after the election, whatever it is that you're feeling that you're going through, it's one feeling out of a million things that you're feeling. It's just that you're focusing on that one and you're bringing that feeling into yourself and you're making it be everything that you are. So if you want to get out of that place, that is a really nifty trick to do that. All right. So I'm not even going to talk anymore, and I'm going to just leave this here. I hope that you guys are well. If you need any help, or if you have any questions on this, just leave a comment down below. I'll be sure to come back and answer. All right. Take care, everybody.